I'm Eric Pickles, I'm Member of Parliament for Brentwood and Ongar. I'm doing a series of films about what makes a community tick. You may have seen other things on my website. For the last few years I've been running regular breakfasts for different aspects of the community. There might be accountants or local authority workers, and once a year I have a meeting with sixth formers. And today we've been having discussions on all kinds of subjects, ranging from the age of voting right the way through to the Iraq War. And also talking with Britain's youngest councillor, William Lloyd. Now, we just had a breakfast with some sixth formers from, I think, just about every secondary school, public and private, within Brentwood. Now, you came to this as a punter last year.
Yeah.
They're always, folks are always vociferous, even from the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, young people have got a lot of passion about what they, interests that matter to them, and the opportunity for this to speak to someone like you as an MP, and they can just really explore everything they feel.
Yeah. Do you think people's attitudes are very different? That corridor between 16 and 18.
I do. I mean, for me personally, I'm a much different person than when I was 16, which I've matured greatly. I've got a lot more experience in terms of working with adults and responding with them, and I think it puts me in a good position to be a councillor. Unlike some people who maybe support lowering the age to 16, I think actually at 18 you've got a much better grounding in terms of your education, because you've stayed on and you've made that commitment, so you're much more willing to make commitments to people and to stick to what you believe in.
I was quite surprised we just had a discussion about whether or not we should lower the age of voting to 16, and I was very surprised that nobody was in favour of that. Why do you think that's the case?
I think most young people recognise that at 16 you're still a child, you're still living your childhood. And you're not in a position to make decisions about your own life in terms of where you want to be. So you're not in the best position to make decisions about other people's lives. And I think, like we spoke about earlier, you're not able to watch some movies, yet if you were able to stand at 16, you could be able to sit on the committees that judge what ratings we give movies. So there's a lot of discrepancies in that respect.
Now, I don't want to be political, but it did strike me as being ironic that National Liberal Democrats are in favour of lowering the age for candidates and for voting. But I did notice the literature, they were a tad patronising about you, weren't they?
They were slightly, but when we've had such an effective council under the Conservatives, I think they had to find something against me. I haven't got chips on my shoulder, I haven't got a record in office, and I was an easy target for it, but the voters in the end decided what way they wanted to go.
You've now been involved as a councillor for, I suppose, about 3 or 4 months. I mean, do you feel that the officers have stopped seeing you as the youngest councillor and starting to see you as William Lloyd?
Yeah, I mean, I think from the very first day they've treated me just as they have anybody else. The strange thing, 2 years ago I did my work experience at the council in the general office, and I'm now back 3 years later as one of the councillors. So that was quite a good rapport I had with some of the officers who I was working under, and now I'm working with. So they've been very supportive and very good.
Thank you very much indeed.